my fellow African First Ladies. A warm welcome to all of you, and I want to repeat what Fatima from Sierra Leone said, and I miss all of you too, and a special welcome to the First Ladies of Burundi and Malawi. I see Malawi, in my language we say you are my mbushe, since we both named Monica. So fantastic to see both of you, and hopefully we'll see each other, First Lady from Burundi as well, at our next meetings. Chairman of the Executive Board, Professor Frank Stangenberg, Dr. Rasha, all of you, thank you very much. I think this is the first time I've seen so many First Ladies since coronavirus started. And I think we have you to thank for that, Dr. Rasha. So congratulations and well done. And it's an absolute honor to participate in this first virtual summit of Merck Foundation First Ladies Initiative. We are facing, like all of you, a number of challenges with COVID-19 lockdowns. The travel bans, and through these kind of platforms, we manage to remain united in so many ways. And it's in times like these that sharing challenges, best practices, and encouraging one another can really be of great value. And personally, as a First Lady, one of my discoveries is that the only person who can actually understand some of my challenges are fellow First Ladies, because it's very difficult to communicate and engage and confide in those who don't have the same experience. I'd like to take this opportunity to greatly appreciate the valuable partnership that we have with Merck Foundation, and to be part of this fantastic platform of African First Ladies as the Merck More Than a Mother Ambassador. I'd also like to commend the work of the Merck Foundation in advancing public healthcare sectors across Africa, as this is very critical to us in Namibia in light of the current medical and public concerns. If COVID has taught us anything, and I think it's taught us many lessons, is that as African countries, one of our main priorities post-COVID is really to strengthen our public healthcare systems, because there will be moments like this where that is all we have to rely on. I'm delighted to report on the following achievements since our launch during March of this year. I think we were the lucky ones. If I'm not mistaken, this is probably, Namibia was the last country that Russia visited, because we had our launch in the beginning of March, and after that we started with the lockdown. So we're delighted that the launch has finally happened in Namibia. And we've managed to do a couple of things. We've managed to do the media health training with media practitioners and academia, and they greatly appreciated that initiative. We distributed 20,000 copies to all 14 regions of Namibia of what we call Polis's story, for learners to break the infertility stigma and emphasize strong family values of love and respect from a young age. We have placed a greater focus on sexual and gender-based violence during lockdown due to the spike in cases, including supporting women with infertility issues and lack of access to services and support. One of the interesting things that have happened is that Namibia procures most of its infertility treatment from South Africa. And while the borders for trade have been largely open, women in Namibia who have been on infertility treatments were greatly affected because of the delays at the border. It was difficult for them to access their infertility treatments because they need to be refrigerated. And for that reason, a lot of the supply stopped. So it also says a lot again about our procurement processes and domesticating our procurement processes so that we don't have these very disruptive supplies in medication and treatments. We have managed to have more than 21 local young Namibian doctors enrolled for the one-year online diploma from the South Wales University in the fields of diabetes, cardiology, endocrinology, respiratory medicine, and acute medicines. We've had 8 doctors from different regions in Namibia enrolled for the online one-year diploma and the 2-year master's degree in sexual and reproductive medicines, which will add significant value to women's health and will reshape the landscape of fertility and reproductive health nationwide, and also improve access to quality and equitable healthcare to coronavirus patients and risk groups. We've produced 5 videos of human interest stories and posted them on the Merck Foundation YouTube channel and our social media platforms as well, to ensure that there's continuous awareness. We've used different platforms in educating each other on different aspects of infertility, and we've used radio, we've used print media, as well as social media to engage the issues of stigma, as well as demystifying many of the issues. We've established regional focal people. We've held 4 Zoom calls to support and empower these focal people that we've identified. And they are now having radio talks in local languages to raise awareness in the regions. We've also solicited financial assistance for 6 heroines to start their small business initiatives to empower women who are living with infertility stigma so they become independent, stronger, and happier. Linda received her funding first, and she bought cows for farming and to resell the cows. And on that point, I must say, a lot of the feedback that we're getting from these women, not only the ones who've received funding for business, but those who form part of the regional networks, has really been that this has been a journey of self-empowerment and confidence for them, because they often felt that they carried the burden of infertility on their own. We've also managed to establish support groups, and we've identified topical issues for discussions in face-to-face and Zoom meetings, which include the regional members. And this is where COVID, because we were doing this before COVID, it was easy to go onto the online platforms and to use platforms like WhatsApp in order to remain connected, because that's one of the biggest things, it's remaining connected. So these support groups have been established. We've managed to give psychosocial support to individual ladies and couples after infertility treatment has failed. We've established the WhatsApp groups that I've just talked about for the Merck heroines from different regions in the country. And we've got Dr. Ndovi, who submitted a draft media toolkit to Merck Foundation for review, and we'll be doing our validation training, which was scheduled for 15 August 2020, and we've postponed it until further notice. There are 15 participants, including fertility specialists, media practitioners, and the Law Society of Namibia members will participate to validate the draft training toolkit. We've got a number of upcoming events and activities. We will be looking at an infertility power breakfast with a focus on the importance of infertility counseling and coping with miscarriages and marriage disputes due to infertility. We've announced the winners of the Stay at Home Media Recognition Awards and Merck More Than a Media Recognition Awards in Namibia soon. And we are also working on other initiatives aimed to improve access to information, health, and the change of mindsets, such as developing training materials and myth-busting leaflets for media, marriage counselors, priests, and relevant stakeholders. As a Merck More Than a Mother ambassador, I'd really like to emphasize this campaign has become critical for my country and for Africa at large. And we'll continue with our commitment to empower infertile women through access to education, information, health, change of mindset, and economic support, even during these unsettling times of the COVID-19 pandemic. Another surprising comment that we've received from many of our participants is from husbands who are supporting their wives. And one of the things that they've been saying a lot is that they delighted that their wives are getting support, because often they feel it's just the two of them. But they've also specifically asked us to have messaging also for men who are both either supporting their wives or who are struggling with infertility in silence, because often they also are the victims of stigma. And at times it does instigate gender-based violence when the woman is blamed, even though neither couple has been tested to see who has the challenge of infertility. Once again, I'd like to thank Merck Foundation for hosting us today. And we really look forward to seeing you in Zambia next year. So all of you, please stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you very much.